I have too many books to hold up. No question it ain't happening today, you know? The absolute chaos of today's TBR. Buckle up because you're in for a bumpy ride. Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Karina and today I have a very chaotic October TBR. I absolutely cannot believe that it's already October. I don't know where the time is going. What an amazing month of readathons, readalongs, bingo boards, all of the things in the book community, and we have just been blessed with all the fun. I'm excited to talk about all of the amazing readathons that I'll be trying my best to participate in throughout the month because 'tis the season. I'm ready for all the spooky, atmospheric vibes to really embrace the October month. Let's just jump right in because there's a lot. There's a whole bunch that I'll be talking about today. Before I talk about all the amazing readathons that I'm taking part in this month, I just want to talk about the few mandatory reads that I have. First off is the SWOONY Readers Book Club pick. In the month of October, we will be reading Beast of My Heart by Savor Miller and Emily McIntyre. Now this is like a dark romantic suspense. Things happen and I'm excited to find out how that goes. I'm curious to see how I enjoy this one. Next up, I want to talk about the few readalongs that I am co-hosting, and the first one I want to talk about is the Abby Jimenez readalong. The lovely ladies that I'm co-hosting with are Tara from Tara Talks Books, B from Mama Needs to Read Romance, Dana from Dana Ella, and Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me. And this month we'll be discussing the Happy Ever After playlist on October 6th at 4 p.m. EST right here on my channel. The second read-along that I am currently co-hosting is for the Laini Taylor read-along with Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me, Dana from Dana Ella, and Lindsay from She's Booked and Busy. And this month we will be reading and discussing the second book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, which is Days of Blood and Starlight. We had such a good discussion talking about Daughter of Smoke and Bone and Night of Cake and Puppets that you can find on my channel. So if you're interested, I will link that down below. And I think it was just a really good discussion. We are all so excited to be jumping into Days of Blood and Starlight. We just can't wait. We can't wait to be picking that one up. So this month, like I said, is the month of amazing readathons. The first readathon that I want to talk about is the Spookoplathon that Becca from Becca and the Books runs, and it's taking place all month long. My plan is to roll 5 times, unless of course any doubles come up, which will then result in an extra roll. I just want to put a disclaimer. My board and the cards on the board are all in black and white, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. It is what it is. So let's just jump into the first roll. For my tracker or marker, I do have the little goat friend from Part of Your World. So let's go ahead, put them at go. If you see any dog hairs on my blanket, no you didn't, okay? So let's go ahead and get the first roll. Oh, a double right off the bat. How fun. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna flip her around. 11, 12. All right, so the first roll, we got a pole pick. Roll number 1 resulted in our first double. How great. The board is very kind to us today. For the prompt, it was a poll pick. What I did was I posted a poll in my stories with emojis to have my friends on Instagram choose which book will be included in my Spookoplathon TBR. And I'm gonna go ahead and post the results right here on the screen. And I'm excited because the winner of that poll is Mary by Nat Cassidy, and that is on my spooky season TBR. I'll go ahead and link that video up above and down below so you can kind of see me talk a little bit more in depth about some of the books that I'm going to be talking about today. Mary is one that I've been wanting to read for so long, so I'm excited to finally be picking it up, fingers crossed, in October. Let's go ahead and see what happened for roll number 2. So now we are up to 6 rolls, so let's do roll number 2. Another double. Thank you so much. We got a 4, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is black. All right, yeah, you saw that. You saw that. You saw that, right? I feel personally attacked by the Spookoplathon board, and I know I'm not the only one. We're all in this together, friends. The next prompt, we got a double. That led us to the prompt black. Now, this is just for a book with black on the cover. For this, I'm gonna be picking up Salem's Lot by Stephen King. I've not read a Stephen King yet, so this will be interesting, and why not pick it up during spooky season? I do plan on buddy reading this, so I'm excited to see how this reading experience goes. I was interested mostly because of the new adaptation that is releasing on HBO Max this month, so I'm excited to finally be jumping in to my first Stephen King. Since we got 2 doubles right off rip, that means we are up to 7 rolls. So let's go and see what roll number 3 got us.
For roll number 3. All right, we have a 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brought us to Broomstick.
Roll number 3, we got the prompt Broomstick, which is just a simple or clean cover. And for this, I decided to pick up Open Throat by Henry Hoke. And this is a novella. It's very short. And my bestie told me that it gives off the vibes of the one and only Ivan, but this story is told through the lens of a mountain lion, and it's more geared to an adult audience with literary fiction vibes. So I'm excited to check it out and be picking this one up in October.
Roll number 4 of 7. A 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the spooky space. Perfect.
Roll number 4 got us the prompt Spooky, and for this one I'm going to be picking up A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. This is another one that is on my spooky season TBR, so I'm going to go ahead and direct you to that video in case you want to hear me talk about this one a little bit more in depth, but I'm excited. It's on the shorter side, although the text is margin to margin. Will it be a quick read? Who knows? I'm very excited for it. I know this deals with some interesting, intense, crazy things, so wish me luck, and thank you so much.
So roll number 5 of 7. We have an 8. No, it's 9. Row number 5 of 7 is 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is for lowest rated.
Okay, so row number 5 got us the prompt lowest rated, and for this, I skewed it to suit me. So the way I utilized this prompt was I took books off of my spooky season TBR and got the lowest rated one. And surprisingly, I guess surprisingly to me, because I didn't realize how low this rating was, but I'm still interested to pick it up. The lowest rated from my spooky season TBR is actually The Deep by NIKI. Another one on my spooky season TBR, so hopefully I can go ahead and check this off the list.
Roll number 6 of 7 is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A chance card. Great. All right, let me shuffle these little babies. Book number 6. Let's see what chance has in store for us. And that is Bestow My Heart by Emily McIntyre and Savar Miller.
So roll number 6, we did get a chance card, and that was a little scary, but luckily for me, I did get Bestow My Heart, which is the SWOONY Reader's pick of the month. So thank you, board, for having a little bit of a redemption for me and allowing me to slot something in that I need to read.
All right, let's see if this is going to be our last roll. And it is for a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Leatherface for our last prompt on the Spookoplathon board.
Hallelujah, the last roll, my friends, the last roll. Roll number 7 got the prompt Leatherface, which is basically a book that centers around a family, whether it be the found family trope, a family cast of characters. You kind of got to make that decision yourself. For this prompt, I'm actually going to be picking up a cozy mystery called Cappuccinos, Cupcakes, and a Corpse by Harper Lynn. Now, this is the start of a series. I believe it's a culinary cozy mystery series. This one follows our main character who takes over her family's Italian restaurant, and one of the small town residents passes away, and our main character, Francesca, is kind of looked at as a suspect, so she has to basically solve the crime before she gets pinned for it. I don't pick up many cozies, so I'm excited to kind of add some fluff into the mix of crazy, scary vibes. Another amazing readathon going on throughout the month of October is TBR Harvest. That's hosted by Leandra at Leandra the TBR Zero. I am just so amazed at what she put together for the community because I'm just so impressed. There are 3 different boards that you can do, 3 different variations on, I guess, the kind of experience you want to get out of it. I'm not gonna tell you too much about the more intensive boards, but I'm gonna link her announcement video down below, so please go check it out so you can get all of the information. The one that I'm gonna do, if you couldn't guess, because I am such a mood reader, I'm doing the mood reader board, okay? So for the mood reader board, you are basically just trying to collect all the items before Halloween comes. That spoke to my soul because I can just pick up what I want throughout the month and just try to, you know, accumulate as many items as I can. One of the 2 bingo boards that I'll be trying to tally off as I go is one that my bestie NIKI created, and she has templates over on her Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and link her page down below so you can get all the different templates. I'm gonna also share them on the screen so you can take a look, but she did such an amazing job, and I just wanted to highlight the bingo board because this one I'm gonna try and work in tandem with the next readathon that's going on. So I'm just gonna do my best and fill it out as best I can, but she just created such an amazing cozy little board for your October. NIKI is also part of the next readathon that I'm gonna be telling you guys about, and that is the Stay Spookyathon run by the Thrills and Chills Book Club that is hosted by my friends Dana and NIKI, as you all know, and they just did such an amazing job. They first brought it last year, so this is going to be round 2 for the Stay Spookyathon, and I am just so stinking stoked for all of us to embrace the spooky season. We're trying to get as many books we can read throughout the month and try to knock those prompts off and get a bingo, or as many bingos as you can. I will be trying to go for a blackout. Honestly, I'm not sure how in-depth of the synopses I'm going to be with these because there's so many, but I'm going to do my best to try and give you some details as I go through the prompts and all the books that I have slotted in for each of them. I'm going to scoot over a little bit so we can get the bingo board up on the screen, and we're just going to go through it. We're going to go through it. Let's just talk about all the books that I have planned for my Stay Spookyathon TBR. First prompt on the board is Slasher, and for this, if you can believe it, I'm slotting in one of my spooky season TBR books, and that is Sleeper Train by Jay Bauer and John Lynch. And this is a isolated story. Everything's taking place on a train. It is also a novella, so it should be a quick read. And you know, some slashing happens is what I'm getting from the synopsis, and I cannot wait to read that. The next prompt on the board is for paranormal, and for this prompt I'm going to be picking up Masters of Death, basically following a vampire real estate agent trying to sell a haunted house. So it's time for me to pick it up. The next prompt is Read After Dark. It's basically a book that you read after dark. I'm going to be picking up The Devouring Grey by Christina Lynn Herman. No, oh my gosh, Christine Lynn Herman. This is kind of likened to the Raven Cycle that I absolutely adore. I didn't realize this is a debut. Ooh, as if I haven't opened this book before, but it has a stunning woodsy feel on the end pages. Claire LeGrand blurbed it on the front, and she says, "Fans of The Raven Boys and Stranger Things, rejoice." It's giving the perfect atmosphere that I want in October reads, so this is perfect, and I can't wait to read this one. So the next prompt is a non-bookish one, and you basically just have to listen to any spooky ambiance, and since it's already basically part of my reading routine, I'll be able to check this one off easily. The last prompt on the top row is an adult thriller, and for this one I'm going to be slotting in The Deep by Nick Cutter, so thankfully already one that I'm picking up. Anything I can do to make my life easier in October, I'm going to try and do it. So the second row, we start off with watching a spooky movie. I definitely plan on doing so. I don't have any one specific in mind, but I will be checking this one off for sure. The next prompt is for true crime, and that could be in any kind of media format that you decide on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for this one yet, but since it's a non-bookish prompt, I will definitely be checking this one off quite easily. The next prompt brings us to Animal on the cover, and for this one I'm going to be picking up Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I don't know anything about it other than it's a haunted house and gives off spooky vibes, very atmospheric, and I'm excited because I haven't read from Alex E. Harrow yet because I've had this one on my radar for so long, and it finally needs to happen, and I can't wait to buddy read this with my bestie. So the next prompt is buddy read, and you better believe I have so many options for this prompt, but for this one I'm going to be choosing From Below by Doxy Coates, and this one I'm going to be buddy reading with Dana. We've been wanting to read this one for so long, ever since we read our first Darcy Coates months and months ago. Excited to be picking this up, and like I said in the spooky season TBR video, don't mind Journey, she's just a thirsty queen over there. Like I said in my spooky season TBR video, I'm terrified of like deep water, so this will be interesting because it takes place mostly underwater from what I gather. So fingers crossed it's scary, but in a good way, because you know we're reading it to be scared and we're hoping it delivers. Hey baby. Dog crossing. Which prompt are we on? Ooh, okay. So the next prompt on the board is Cozy Mystery, and for this one I will be picking up Cappuccinos, Cupcakes, and a Corpse by Harper Lynn. Yeah, I've already talked about it before, so let's just jump into the next row. For the prompt Feminine Rage, I'm going to be picking up A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. So for the next prompt, Host Fave, since I'm a bestie, I guess I have insider knowledge as to what their faves are. For this prompt I'm going to be picking up Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, and this is a graphic novel. As you can see, I've read this only once before, but I'm just so excited. Like, it has a little map on the end pages of the hardcover, and it was adorable. I know it follows two friends as they work on a pumpkin patch. I believe it's their last time working at the pumpkin patch, and it's just really cutesy. Definitely something to break up some of the crazy scary reads that I have on the list, so yeah, I'm excited to revisit this one. So next one's a free space, so you know, just check it off and you're good to go. The next prompt brings us to Set in the Fall. For this one I'll be picking up A Spookly Yours by Jennifer Chipman. This one's also a novella, so hopefully it's a quick read. I know it's actually pretty spicy. You can't tell by the cover, but I'm here for it. But this one follows a witch. I don't know if she's a real witch or she's just dressed as a witch for Halloween. So this one is about a witch falling in love with a demon who also happens to be her cat. So interested to see what happens here. I know this is the start of a series, so hopefully I will love it enough to want to pick up the next one. So the last prompt in the third row is for a book that gives you the creeps, and for this one I'm going to be using Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Hopefully he gives me the creeps in his writing. I mean, I hear he's also a questionable individual, but I don't know because I've not read anything. So maybe Salem's Lot will be the one to give me creeps. So moving down to the fourth row, our first prompt is for audiobook, and for this one I'm going to be listening to the audiobook of Mary by Nat Cassidy, which you saw earlier in this video for my poll pick and also my seasonal TBR. So I feel like this one is perfect to just check a few different things off of all the readathons that I'm taking part in, and that makes me happy. So the next prompt is for a book with orange or black on the cover, and I had previously picked something for this prompt, but the way that everyone keeps talking about the series, and I've read the first two books in the series already this year and absolutely am obsessed, so I need to continue on. I made the switch for me to be picking up The Emperor by Rue Nix because the way Tristan Kane had me in a chokehold, and this one follows Dante, and I know I absolutely love him, so yeah, I made the executive decision to be picking this one up instead of the other book that I had in store. Like a romantic suspense, so it still suits the October vibes, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait to pick up Dante's book. So the next prompt is for a spooky novella, and for this I will be picking up The Har by David Sodergren. Just the cover alone, you see it and it looks creepy as hell. But I also heard that it's kind of like got a little bit of a romance, which is bizarre. So this one is kind of crazy. This takes place in a Scottish fishing village that developers are threatening to kick out all of the residents basically when a mysterious fog rolls in. With the fog comes destruction and lots of gore apparently, so I'm interested to see how this one goes. I know this author is very well known in the like horror community, so I'm curious and I can't wait to find out all about it. Next up we have the prompt Night Sky on the cover. For this one I'm picking a book that you've seen on a past TBR. For the same prompt, I'm almost completely sure.
Prompt Stargazing, which is a book featuring the night sky on the cover, and for this prompt I'm going to be choosing Silver Under Nightfall by Rin Chupeco.
The book I'm picking up for this one is Silver Under Nightfall by Rin Chupeco. This one is a buddy read again, so my hopes are high that this is going to happen because what better way to hold me accountable than with a buddy read? Yeah, so I don't really know much about this other than it's about vampires. There's like a poly relationship happening. I've only heard good things about it, so I'm excited to finally, hopefully, be picking this one up. So the last prompt in the fourth row is a non-bookish prompt, and that's just to trick or treat your shelf. Goodness knows I don't need more books on my shelves. That's not to say I'm not going to buy any, but in this moment, in this exact moment, my plan is to borrow a book. The first prompt in the last row is for a 2024 release, and I'm picking something that I actually received in a book box recently. In case you're wondering why I have yet to pull a book box prompt from my TBR jar, it's because I'm already planning on picking this one up. I just figured, you know, I'm struggling enough as it is to keep up with that TBR jar, and since I'm already planning on picking this up, I might as well just go ahead and utilize that. So for the 2024 release prompt, I'm going to be picking up A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Sapp. So this one I received in a recent Illumicrate box, and let me just show you the naked hardcover because the way my jaw dropped, okay? Look at that. This is the art style on the original cover. I'll go ahead and post it on the screen. Absolutely stunning, okay? Absolutely stunning. Not only that, but there are absolutely gorgeous end pages. And it looks like some sort of water scene under the ocean edges. I already have the audiobook ready to go for it, so yeah, I'm foregoing the TBR jar for this month since I'm already anticipating this one. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Ah! You see this art on the back? Look at those toes. I call them tingers too because they're like fingers on your feet. Anyways, that was scary actually. I'm gonna make you look at it again. Look at it. It's not ugly, it's just it creeps me out. All I know is that it's like a sapphic dark academia vibe, and that's all I know about it. All right, the next prompt on the last row is for a fall drink, so indulge in your favorite fall drink. My dogs are telling me I'm taking too long, so we're gonna get through it. We're almost there, I promise. All right, the next prompt is for the group book, which is the Thrills and Chills October pick, and that is The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. This is my first Ashley Winstead, and I'm so excited to be picking it up. I know it has like culty vibes. I'm excited to kind of see how I like it. Next up on the board is for a YA thriller, and for this one, I'm gonna be finally finishing out a series. I read the second installment in September, so I'm excited to finally be picking up As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This one I'm going to be buddy reading with my friend Jasmine, so I'll have her information linked down below so you can go check her out. I believe it follows the events of book 2, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but I'm excited to finish the series. The very last prompt on the board is to revisit a spooky fave, and for this one I am going to be picking up a graphic novel. The one I'm going to be picking up is called Unfamiliar by Haley Newsome. Art style, like, look at this. It's just so cute. Yeah, it fits the vibe, it's witchy, and it's so cute. And I'm just ready to pick this one up. I'm excited for another one to kind of break up the spooks and the scares, and just for cute, wholesome vibes, because I need it. You know, I need it. You see the TBR, and I need this. Thank you. You might be saying, wow, what a crazy amount of books. What a crazy amount of books you have. And that's not all. It's not all, friends, because there are a few books that I still want to pick up. Listen, I know how unrealistic this might seem, but you know, it's all for good fun. It's all for the good vibes. I just love having so many options. I'm just gonna tell you about the few extras that I still want to pick up and hopefully can get to in October. Another book that I'm going to be reading and picking up is one off of my Spooky Season Challenge TBR, and that is Gothicana by Runix. Another Runix on the list, and how fun. How fun. Very two different vibes, I feel like. Because the other one was romantic suspense, and this one's more of a gothic feel, maybe a dark romance. I do believe it has like a kind of a taboo relationship. Am I making that up? Gothicana is one I've had on my TBR for literally forever, so I can't wait to finally be picking this one up. So another book I am hoping to get to, it's a thick one, so goodness knows if I can get to it. But the next one I want to talk about is Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. Yeah, it's about a vampire recounting his story. He's the last of his kind, and that's all I know. And there's illustrations. So I really want to just experience it because I wanted to read it for so long. I've heard only good things. So, you know, my fingers are crossed that I can make it happen. The next one I am so excited about because I recently read my first book from this author, and me and my bestie we're just trying to step back into our historical fiction era. Okay, so the next one is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. You'll see me talk about the first book I read from Kristen Hanna in my wrap up, but I am just excited to be picking up more from the author, and I'm excited to cry. Okay, I'm excited to cry. All I know is that it takes place during the Great Depression. I was told to get my tissues ready for it. I just can't wait to explore more of her work. Another book that I have slotted in for a buddy read that I'm so excited to pick up is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. So this one I know it's like a spicy, dark romantasy where a necromancer enlists the help of a phantom to win a deadly competition, and that's kind of all I know about it. Perfect for the spooky season vibes, and I can't wait to read it. Unfortunately, I was not able to get to this book in September, so maybe October I can at least start chipping away at it because it comes out in November, and I would love to get a review up for everybody so you can hear all of my thoughts. Yeah, the next one I'm carrying over from September is Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. So this is the third book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and it follows Teddy and Gus. It's a hate to love, enemies to lovers kind of a vibe, and I am so stoked to pick it up. So this one comes out on November 5th, so I am really hoping to read this and get a review up as soon as possible. So the last book I want to talk about is the book that I'll be using for my buzzword, and for the month of October, the buzzword is a relationship word in the title. So I went ahead and chose The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, which daughter obviously would be the buzzword, by Theodora Goss. Now this one I know it kind of is a mystery series. I believe the daughters of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are solving these mysteries, and that's all I kind of know about it. And I hear that the audiobooks are amazing, so I definitely can't wait to experience that for myself and pick this one up. I hope you weren't counting the amount of books I talked about today because I sure don't even know. I don't even know. But you know, this is all for fun. These are all books that I am excited to get to that I think will be perfect for the October season, the October vibe. Give me the atmosphere that I'm craving for the spooky season, and I can't wait to see how this wrap up looks. All of the creators, readathons, and all the fun things I talked about will be linked down below, so feel free to check all of them out if these sound like a fun time to you. I'm just so thankful for all of these amazing creators that take time to create such engaging and fun readathons and readalongs for the community. I'm just so happy, and I can't wait to see how October turns out. I hope this was a fun video for you to watch, maybe even has provided some inspiration for your own TBRs. Let me know down below if you're participating in any fun readathons this month and what you're most looking forward to picking up. If you made it this far and you want to let me know, feel free to leave any of the spooky emojis down below in honor of spooky season. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I am sending you all the love and wishing you an amazing October. I hope you have a lovely day, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching, and I will see you again soon in another video. Until next time.